Good morning. My name is Rich. Call me Trucker Rich because I'm in my truck. Oh wait, homage to Pastor Joe Fox at Viking Preparedness. Cue the intro. I love it. That's for you, Pastor Joe. Anyway, Pastor Joe Fox is he's a thinker that I thoroughly enjoy listening to while I'm driving down the road. He doesn't necessarily give you a lot of detail about certain things, but there's plenty of other people that you can. I personally really enjoy his thought process. I don't agree with everything, but I agree with a lot of what he says. Anyway, Pastor Joe Fox at Viking Preparedness, so check him out on YouTube. A couple other mentions that I do listen to from time to time. Canadian Prepper, he's pretty good. I do like him as well. Recent one that I've started watching every now and again is, what is it? Prepper Nurse 1, I believe. Sorry if I got that wrong. And there's a lot of other ones that are good out there. Primitive Survival and some homesteading channels. Just look them up. You'll find the ones you like. I know how to use weapons. I don't really care to really get in depth with them because they're not entertaining to me. They're just a tool. The reason I'm making this video, I told myself a while ago, I tried to help people and tried to influence them to think about times that were coming. About 10 years ago, I was really into trying to tell everybody, to tell them to get ready for what was coming. And you know, I was the crazy. So after a while, I just got discouraged and I said, you know what, I don't really want to do this anymore. So I stopped. And it's just been on my heart to put something out there after a long time of not talking to anybody about this stuff. So it's been on my heart. I believe I've been led to do it. And you know, here's the thing that everybody should know, but if you don't know, we're all gonna die sometime. So if you don't agree with that, go ahead and go away because you're nuts. We're all gonna die sometime, so get your heart right with God. And when I say God, I mean God the Father. Okay, God the Father, the creator of everything. Get right with him. I believe unequivocally that there is a God. I know there's a God. I believe Jesus is his son that died on the cross for our sins. I don't know that. I believe that. I know there's a God. I believe Christ is the way to God. And that's the faith. You don't know, you believe. And if I'm wrong, Father, if I've been idolizing Christ, then I am sorry, and God the Father, please forgive me. But I believe I'm right. Anyway, enough of that. It's not really what I'm here to talk about. A lot of you, if you're looking at stuff like this, are feeling some sort of doom and gloom, and a lot of people are putting out a lot of stuff. Here's some extremely basic stuff that you need to at least have. Now, this is by no means even a good amount of stuff you should have. This is bare bones. Oh crap, I wasn't prepared, but I decided to take 10 minutes out of my life and print out a couple of pieces of paper. That's basically the level of preparedness I'm about to tell you about. You should be doing way more than this, but at a complete bare minimum, get your spirit right with God. Go to the CDC website and print out how to purify water with bleach and or some basic primitive filters, charcoal, sand, rocks, and clean cloth. I mean, it's not that hard. And a soda bottle, you know. So print that off from the CDC. It's a couple of pages. It's not going to kill you. If you don't have a printer, go find a printer. It's not hard. Secondly, after figuring out how to purify water and collect water, which isn't always rain, you can collect water in a lot of different ways. You know, leaving out towels on the floor in the morning and the grass, and you know, there's a lot of ways to collect different amounts of water. Bare minimum stuff we're talking here. Bare minimum. And this is for people that don't really want to do anything serious, but they have to have some comfort level of they did something. This doesn't take a lot of time. Doesn't take any money really. So this is a bare minimum. Did I say it was bare minimum? Okay. Secondly, go online and look for a survival manual, field manual, FM, military manual. And in that manual, search for the Universal Edibility Test. A couple pages long. The Universal Edibility Test for plant life, basically. It gives you a way to test whatever plants are in your region, all parts of the plants, from the bud to the leaves to the stem to the roots. Each one has to be tested individually, and it takes a long time. So you want to, make sure you have a lot of what you're testing around your area. But it doesn't require any growing on your part. It's just whatever's laying around in the woods. So if the crap does hit the fan like everybody thinks it might in some way or shape, form or another, and you don't feel like killing people in a grocery store over canned food at that moment, which canned food, I'll get to that in a second, but how to purify water, how to collect water, and the Universal Edibility Test. Universal Edibility Test. Edibility. Universal Edibility Test. Those are some bare bones minimum. And wood ash. Personally, I would learn how to make soap out of wood ash, or use wood ash to cleanse your hands just by rubbing it on, even though it'll look dirty, it'll be clean, sanitary. Anyway, there's a lot of basic things that really only require you printing out a couple of pages, throw them somewhere in your house where you'll remember where they are, that if need be and there's food riots, you can at least go into your local woods where other people will be going for deer. You can go and pick the crap that other people won't even think to look at. Those are some basics. I mean, not some. That is the bottom bare basic. What you should have a printout of a couple of things. Hard copies of stuff is it's good to watch videos, blah, 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 blah. But you should have paper copies of stuff. Anyway, moving on. Get some canned food. That 25-year shelf life stuff, whatever, in my conspiracy mind, who knows? Maybe they put a couple of real bad things in a couple of them, knowing you're not going to use them regularly, and because they know you're the holdouts, they poison one of them, because don't think they're not thinking like that. The people that buy that stuff would be their enemy, so, if they know you're buying a bunch of it, why wouldn't they put one or two things in there to kill some of you or infect you with something, right? Just saying, 25-year shelf life stuff, I don't trust it. Now, as far as canned goods go, they're not healthy necessarily, but they're all right to eat, for the most part. And you like probably a lot of that stuff already, and it doesn't have an expiration date on them. They have a best sell by or best used by date on them, which means unless they're damaged with some rust on them, or they're swollen, or when you open them up they're putrid, they're probably good for almost 20 years. They might not be tasty by then, but their nutrition value probably lost a lot. But it's something to fuel your body, something. That's why you buy crap that you like, and try to have at least a minimum of 2 cans per person per day. This is some cheap ways to just have some basics ready. And it's not even for the end of the world, it's for a lot of different reasons. You could need it for, let's say you get laid off and you had 100, 200 cans of something stored away. Well, you can't buy as many groceries if you got laid off, but now you got some food until you can get some more income coming in. It happened to me, and I depleted my cans and I had to get more. And it was helpful, very helpful. And it's a good investment. Food is always going to go up in price, and the size of packaging continues to go down, so it costs more and you get less. So poor man's investment. This is my poor man's 401k, is a bunch of canned food for the next 10 years, and well, I got it, half the cost of what I'm going to end up buying it 10 years from now. So it's a good investment. You doubled your money, There's not too many things on the market that you're going to double your money with. And 401k is a joke if you ask me. But anyway, nonetheless, I'm not going to get into all that right now. This is going to be one of very few videos that I ever do again on this kind of stuff. So take it with a grain of salt. I'm not here to argue. There's plenty of other great videos and other people doing this. I just felt like these are a couple things I needed to put out there. And this is all I'm putting out there. The rest of it, you go figure it out, because it's plenty of information. I want to speak to all the craziness with the conservative, liberals, left, right, blah, blah, blah. I used to be an avid listener of Alex Jones and the conservative radio and stuff like that. I used to listen to Alex Jones in my truck, the entire show, every day for the last couple of years. And for a while there, I'd be angry, I'd be mad just listening to him, like, oh, and I'd think of some horrible crap in my mind, you know. And so I stopped listening to him for a while, and the anger went away. I was like, that show was making me angry. And for a good reason sometimes, but then I started to think, what if, we'll say Rush Limbaugh, Alex Jones, all these people, right? No matter what side of the aisle they're on, left, right, doesn't matter. They're driving different cars. One's driving an SUV, and one's driving a Beamer. You know, Hillary's driving the Beamer, and Trump's driving the SUV, whatever. Both driving two different vehicles, look different, feel different, two different people in them, going to the same destination. They're trying to get us to the same destination, in my opinion. Alex Jones, Rush Limbaugh, people like that, whether they know it or not, they are an LPOP, which is a listening post, observation post. It's a military term. Excuse me. For the elite, whether they know it or not. I think they probably do know it, but whether they know it or not, they are a listening post, observation post, LPOP, for the elite, because that gives them the ratings, and the GPS locations gives them the consolidation of where the hardcore people are, the softcore, like Alex Jones would be the hardcore people, and Rush Limbaugh would be like the just the talking head people, and they can wean down who they're the threat assessment, you know, who's more prepared, who's less prepared, who's really a threat, who's really not a threat. You know, that's what they're using that for. And as far as the presidential candidates go, all right, all my conservative people that I'm friends with, and so on and so forth, they all were gung-ho for Trump. And you know what? I don't vote. Well, actually, no, I do vote. I vote by not voting. My vote for the president was not to vote, because I don't think either one of them have our best interests in hand. And, you know, so I did vote. You might not agree with it, but I don't really care what you agree with. So my vote was for neither one of them, because to me, you had the politician or the businessman. The American government, or any government, is basically the administrative division of the global corporation. You know, Trump is a businessman. You voted a businessman that controlled the people that control the world that we say that he's not a part of. You voted him in office because he said the right words. You know, hear what your tickling ears want to hear, or something like that, the Bible says. You think about it. When Obama was in, everybody was buying guns and ammo on the left, on the right, right? Everybody's buying guns and ammo, food, preparedness, because Obama was in, right? Okay, so Obama did his job. He got us prepared for a war scenario of sorts. Now that Trump got in, the left is learning how to use weapons and starting to do this stuff. So now everybody's in a fight mode, in a wartime mind frame, to a large degree. Not everybody, but a lot of us. And they did their job. You know, Trump didn't repeal the Patriot Act, did he? You know, the same people are still threats. He didn't change that. He used to fund some of these people we say he's against with his political contributions. He is the shadow government. I don't know how you don't see that, but whatever. You know, just the mark of the beast system is coming. Get your life in order. Figure it out the best you can. And just know, when the beast system comes, it's going to come as a solution. It's going to be a biometrics with small amount of hardware, using your clumps of your atoms with a small piece of hardware to shock the atoms, electrons, neutrons, protons, into turning your atom clusters into a CPU. That's what's coming. That's what the new infrastructure for. That's why you keep seeing a lot of electrical trucks everywhere, putting up new lines everywhere. That's what the infrastructure monies is for. Trump's pushing for. The 5G it's all for the beast system, and it's going to come under the necessity is going to be we need to track people in real time where they can't dump it or get rid of it. That's why it's going to be in your body somehow. And then it's also going to be so we don't waste, because we can't afford to waste resources, yada yada yada. If you're like me, once that kind of system is implemented, the market beast system is implemented, I'm not coming back to the grid. Like once I'm gone, I'm gone. And we lose. Christians, if you're a Christian, we lose. We lose. We all get killed at some point. We all die at some point. If you make it long enough, I know you're into the rapture. Yeah, I believe there might be a rapture after the tribulation, before the wrath of God. I'm not here to argue about this stuff, and I really don't care what your opinion is on it. I have mine. I do my own research. And you want to tell me, that's your business, but it's not relevant at this point. At the end of the day, better to do and not need than need and had not done. I hope this helped at least one person. I don't know why I'm even doing this, honestly. I gave up on people a while ago, but I'm trying. Good luck to you. Go print out those papers. It's not hard to do. It won't take you but a few minutes of your time. Read it every now and again. Put it somewhere. It's not hard. And if you're not of Christ, you're Antichrist. And that is my identifier of enemy or not enemy in the last days. You're either of Christ or you're Antichrist. So, God bless you. Good luck to you.